Hello student of class 6. Today I am going to discuss your next chapter, and the name of your chapter is Component of Food. This is also a very interesting chapter as we have discussed in the earlier. Our first chapter was food. Where does we get it from? Now in the chapter we are going to discuss about the component of foods. कि what is food we have discussed. अब फूड में क्या क्या चीज़ें होती हैं हम उनके बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे. In our earlier class, we have discussed about the nutrition value, what is nutrient, what are the ingredient. So now we are not going to discuss about all those, but we are going to discuss about the food and its component. Now we are going to start with the syllabus, and in our syllabus there is some very interesting topic. So the content which we have to discuss in this chapter, components of food, are: first is the regional variety of food in India. In India, we will get several varieties of food, so we are going to discuss about that. Second, we are going to discuss what do different food items contain. What items in our food is in it. So, contain food in itself, what it contains in itself. We are going to discuss about that. Then we are going to discuss about the balanced diet, and we have to discuss about the deficiencies if we are not going to have those content which is present in the food. We are going to have it. Okay, so now we are going to start with the chapter regional variety of food in India. As we all know, India is a very vast country, and due to its vast country, its vast boundaries and its terrestrial areas and sea, we have to see there is our regions. We can divide these regions into coastal regions, into hilly areas, into southern regions, like that. So what we are going to discuss and what we are going to know about that if we are going to look about the physical structure of India, it is different. And if the physical structure of India is different, so likewise the physical structure is different. So the food we are going to get from those areas will also be different from other part of the countries. That's why I am discussing India is a vast country. It has a vast physical areas, and due to its physical differences in the physical areas, we will see there is lots and lots of regional varieties of food we are going to have it. Now, as we will discuss, in Himachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir, this is a hilly area, and here we are going to get apple, peaches, and these kinds of fruits basically in an abundance. But if we are going to discuss about the coastal region, just like South India, there we are going to get coconut grown trees. Likewise, as we change the physical structure of our country, we are moving from the hilly area to the coastal area. We are seeing the varieties will change. Somewhere we are going to get these food items which we can get in a cold area in abundance, and somewhere we are not going to get it in that way. We are going to get it coconut. And in northern area, if we are going to discuss, here we are going to get a vast variety of food grains and vegetables. So vegetables, food, fruit, like this kinds of eatables we will get in another part of regions in our vast country, that is in our India. That's why regional variety of food we are going to discuss here. We are fortunate enough that due to such a diversity in nature, we got ample of opportunity to get large variety of food items in our country with different kinds of preparations. So whatever we are going to get it from the northern area, the southern area, the coastal area, we will do some preparation in it and we have it. So a person, those who are living in a coastal area, he is not bounded to have only the coconuts. He is getting an opportunity to have the other products which we can get it from the northern region also, and the other products which we are getting from the hilly areas also. So that's why I have used the word fortunate enough that people, those who are living in this country, in India, vast area, vast large geographical structure, but the people, those who are living in any of the area, he is authorized, he is getting an opportunity to have all the varieties at one place. Okay, examples, if I will take roti, chapati, puri is made up of wheat and or corn flour. Different vegetables used to make sabjis. So these kinds of things we can arrange from the other area. Food we eat contains some essential nutrients or substance. So food we eat contains some essential substance needed by our body. As we know, our body. Why we are having this food? We have discussed this in our last chapter. Food अगर हम intake कर रहे हैं तो there is a reason behind it. Why we are taking it? We are taking this food just for the energy, and that energy will fill our body to do each and every kind of work. तो हमारे body को काम करने के लिए need some energy, and that energy we will get from food. So this is the content, this is the meaning of the food, why we need food. Now we eat food for the energy purpose. So what energy we will get from the food, now we are not going to discuss about that, but we are going to discuss about the essential element which is present in the food. As I had discussed earlier, this is our second chapter, and the name of our chapter is component of food, and in this component of food we are going to discuss the nutrition values which we are going to use it. So as we have discussed, abundance of nutrient like carbohydrate, fat, protein, vitamins, minerals, these are some of the essential elements which our body needs. Although we have numerous numbers of essential substance, but these are few which our body needs in a major quantity. So we are going to discuss about this in our chapter nutrient. There are about 40 essential nutrients which we have to discuss in our chapter, but now there is no need of to discuss about all those 40 essential nutrient. We have to discuss only the numbers of, that is carbohydrate 1, carbohydrate 2, protein 3, fat 4, vitamins 5, that is our minerals. So these are the few which we have to discuss in our chapter. Only for the class 6 student, these enough. So carbohydrate, fat, as we have discussed. In addition to these, dietary fibers and water. These two also are very important. As I have discussed, 5 items: carbohydrate, fat, protein, vitamins and minerals, plus dietary fibers. We will call those dietary fibers as a roughage also. Keep this in mind. Dietary fiber is also known as roughage. And water. Water is one of the most important. Without water, all the above what we have discussed have no meaning. Why? Because our body is made up of 2/3 of the quantity of water in itself. The total body weight contains 2/3 weight of water. So this water has played a very vital role, but all the elements which we are going to discuss, essential substance we are going to discuss here, have their own values. Now we have to start with our carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is the large group of organic compound. What I am discussing? Large group of organic compound. It is main and the cheapest source of energy. So main and the cheapest source of energy. It is called energy giving food also. We can call carbohydrate as a energy giving food. So focus on this. Energy giving food, main and cheapest, and this is made up of, carbohydrate is made up of a compound that is carbon, second hydrogen, third oxygen. The combination of all these three combines become a carbohydrate, main and cheapest, and as I have discussed, this is the vital and energy giving food items, or we can say the nutrient value which we can say. So all the above, these 5 contents with dietary fibers and water combined together cause it as a nutrient, and this is what a human body needs. Why it needs? Just to fulfill the requirement of our body. So how we can detect this carbohydrate? Carbohydrate can be detected with two heads, that is your starch and sugar. So we are aware about the word sugar. हम लोग अपनी चाय में चीनी यूज करते हैं. We use sugar in our milk also, and in many sweets item we involve the sugar. So what is this sugar is? Although you are not familiar with the chemical component of this sugar, so I'm not going to discuss about that in this chapter, but you should know about that कि carbohydrate has two essential elements in it, and one is the sugar and second one is your starch. So sugar से आप लोग familiar हो. Now I'm going to discuss about the second one, that is your starch. Starch is one of the substance which is tasteless and odorless. अगर हम स्टार्च की बात करें तो हम पता नहीं कर सकते कि स्टार्च में है क्या. वो उसका ना टेस्ट होता है और ना ही उसमें कोई महक होती है. इट इज टेस्टलेस एंड ऑर्डरलेस बोथ, बट इट इज इन आवर जस्ट लाइक मेज, व्हीट, राइस, पोटैटो, वी कैन गेट इट. अगर आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, maybe it can be happen in your home when your mother start preparing making the potato chips at the time of Holi. In those seasons he boiled it, and after boiling there in water she can throw it off the white content in the water. That white content is called the starch. So this tasteless, odorless substance insoluble in water, and it is mainly found in those what I have discussed right now: wheat, maize, rice and potato. So this is what we are going to discuss about the starch. Second one is your sugar. Sugar, as we know, it is simple carbohydrates just like our starch. It is also simple carbohydrate, but it is tasteless and odorless. But sugar is not tasteless. It is sweet in taste. Main source glucose, main source canned sugar, main source milk and fruits. These are some main source from where we can get this sugar. So main source आप समझ ही चुके हो, apple, banana, these are the fruits from where we can get this sugar. So here in this paragraph we can discuss about the carbohydrate. As we have discussed, carbohydrate is the main and the cheapest source, and most of the junk food I can say, or nowadays processed food. In our processed food we can find it like bread, pizza, burger, jam, jellies, etc. These are something where this carbohydrates are in abundance, mean to say are rich in those. So carbohydrate rich product which is processed food are these: jam, jellies, burger, pizza and all that. Now this heading is over. Now in your book, beta, I just send it out. If I forgot, please ask me. There is two activities, activity 1 and activity 2 are given about this carbohydrate. We will do the testing, how we can find it out that in this food item there is a carbohydrate present or any of the other component is present there. So activity 1 and activity 2 we will discuss through the PDF form. Now we are going to discuss about the next heading, and the next heading is your fat. Fat are also a compound of these all the three what we have discussed here: the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. But here keep in mind, as in carbohydrate the oxygen content is very less. In our carbohydrate the oxygen component is higher in comparison to the fat. So fat is something, is a combination or the compounded of all the three, but the oxygen component is lesser than in comparison to the carbohydrate. Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen necessary quantity compared to the carbohydrate. Now fat is made up of fatty acids and a glycerol. Fatty acid and glycerol. We obtain fat from animals, and we can obtain this fat from plant also. And if we are obtain this from animals, it is that butter and ghee. We are aware that we will get this butter and ghee from the cow, and cow is an animal, and from animal we will get these fatty acids. So this fat we can get from the animal also. Now we can get this fat from the animal and the plant also. So we are going to discuss about the plant. From plant, where we are discussing, we will get this from the mustard oil and the groundnut oil. Groundnut oil we all have seen when we are having it, there is some sticky things happen in our mouth. So this is the example through which we can understand from the animal and from the plant we can get this. From animal we get the butter and ghee, and from plant we may get it mustard oil and the groundnut. Minor source fat, this fat is the minor source from where we can get it is meat, egg, fish and nuts. these are the sources from where we can get the fat, but in a minor quantity, in a very lesser quantity. Fat is considered as an energy bank in our body. This is very important. Energy bank in our body. Body has to work, and for this working, there is very important aspect that we are discussing about. This is called the energy bank. This fat provides cushion to the body organs. It provides cushion to the body organs and protein them to and protect them from the injuries also. So from the injuries, to recover our body, we need fat. And fat, that's why I have told, it is a energy bank for the body. It is stored in our body. If it is stored in excess in our body, it become a deficiency. Excess of anything is not good. So if it is in excess in our body, it harm our body. Example is obesity. You have seen puffy fellows. मोटे लोगों को देखा होगा, fat and puffy fellows. But here what we are discussing about it. It also prevents heat loss. Our body has some kind of resistance power. So heat resistance is also we are getting it from this fat from the body on this body surface. This is work as a heat loss prevention also. And but in excess deposition in the body, as I have discussed, it will cause a deficiency of this, and this deficiency cause a very severe impact of obesity. So we have discussed about the testing of this fat also in this chapter through the activity 3. And after the finish up this topic, please class call me and or message me so I can provide you all the activity 1, 2 and 3 regarding this chapter, so that you can be aware about the testing of this carbohydrate and fat. After this, please keep in your mind, as I am uploading this video for you, subscribe and click the bell button, so that any kind of video which I am going to upload it in this YouTube channel, it directly reaches to you without any hindrance. Okay class, bye bye, take care and be safe, stay healthy, and always take blessing from your parents.